Hi, hello everyone. Thank you very much, Erica, for the raid. Um, Before we officially get started, why don't I shout you out and actually use my shower command for once? Let me get this. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, wait.
Oh my. Spoilers for this game.
Are you excited? Are you excited?
Well, I hope your art stream went well. I just got home, so I couldn't join, unfortunately. Um, and I have also played the Stanley Parable base game before. Have not yet touched the deluxe version, but I'm probably going to click no here just in case someone hasn't experienced this before. I'm not exactly sure how the new content in this game works. Yeah, I guess we all got spoiled. Alright, stream's over, everyone go home. But yes, hello everyone from America's Stream. I am an interdimensional alien, uh, shortened as ID.A, and I'm here to experience this experience. I'm still kind of in the process of kind of setting up this game. I didn't want to go any further than this just in case I might mess stuff up and accidentally like start the game and whatnot. But um yeah. I'm gonna see how the sound is and everything after I'm actually able to get into the game. Experience the experience. That's the only way I can really describe this game. Hello, Arrows. Yeah, so I'm gonna say no, although I have played Stanley Parable before. Okay. It's nice of them to allow me to adjust the visuals. I think that's okay. Oh gosh, the current time. The current time here is, okay. Maybe I'll set it to 5 just in case. It's a nice round number. Hi, Egg. Bye, Egg. Thanks for stopping by. Alright. So now I can actually go into settings. Oh my gosh. Thank you very much for the subscription yet again, Heroes. So let me know how the volume is for you guys. There is miscellaneous office sounds right now. Is that too loud or too soft for anyone? In the meantime, let me see. I'm going to show subtitles so we can follow along. Oh no! My body pillows! Okay. Good for you, Erica. I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller. Okay, I'm probably going to adjust OBS again in just a moment. Wait. Oh, I see how this is. Okay. These are interesting settings. Yeah. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better. Oh my gosh, thank you for this, America. And hello, Machichu. I'm just preparing this game a little bit. Oh gosh, no, no. Why is it? Oh, okay. Oh, and thank you for the follow, Aria Riemann? I am quite bad at pronouncing names, so I am very sorry. Okay, this is not playing nice with OBS. I don't know why. But, Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for the anonymous gift. Like the Final Fantasy monster. Oh no, I'm not good at pronouncing fantasy names either. Also, I'm not sure if I've said any of those names myself. Yeah, Erica, do you remember when you play this game, did OBS give you like weird settings for this game? Because it's not exactly cooperating with my settings very well. Maybe I'll just play on full screen. I don't know. I don't know why this is happening. Yeah? Okay. Okay, so we're just... I don't know what the full screen resolution was supposed to be. Man. Okay, maybe like this? I can't really tell. Can I... Let me just reset it. Okay. Alright, are we ready to go? Maybe. I think we're okay. He's working on Twitch? Well, let's see then. Alright, so I'm hoping I didn't miss any of those notifications. I was trying to figure this out, but thank you everyone for participating in this journey. We are going to experience... Oh, actually, I just saw that hydrate, so I am going to hydrate. Alright, there we go. Let's begin the game.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push,
like
how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Well, thank you for another anonymous
And then
gift.
one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Yeah, so I think that Stanley missed the memo that it's Memorial Day weekend. Also, give me a second real quick. I thought I had turned on subtitles. Okay. Yup, everyone sure is gone from the office. We are the only one here. Yeah, it is also a weekend.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No, 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 no. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks.
I'm clicking a lot more than 5.
Click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants review.
I'm pretty sure I'm at 20 now.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
No. Alright, who's counting? Hello, Yuffie. Oh, don't worry, I literally just started.
I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Yeah, fuck you, narrator. Welcome to Door Clicking Simulator. Where is...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
Damn you.
he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh, I want the achievement. I don't remember how to get any of the achievements anymore. I'm pretty sure I looked stuff up the first time I played. Oh yeah, I use dark mode OBS, so I'm pretty sure that my demos are clear in the dark too. Damn it. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to go back, Mr. Narrator.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
You think we can get vouchers from here?
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
You know, they're very thought-provoking paintings.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected
Don't be
poorly
so
on his overall
judgmental.
personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left. But at
That is
last,
so rude.
he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
And we will absolutely not do that.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Caution, do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. Also, thank you everyone for the hype train. Shout out to the anonymous slug gifter. I am here at work for you on a weekend. What do we even do here? It's a mystery, isn't it? Do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse. And penalty for jumping, even though it causes death.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Alright,
Someone
here we
you've
go.
forgotten about. Please. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Alright. Well, you know what, Mr. Narrator? We're gonna knock
All of
on
his
the door.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Is there a 417? Also, wow, these co-workers are very messy. Oh, there it is. Alright, here we go. I have no idea how many clicks this is. We'll get it eventually. Even if we don't, at least we'll annoy the narrator. And that's all that matters. Eventually. Is this still an achievement? I don't even know. I just remember it being a thing in the base game. Who even works here? Maybe I would like to. Perhaps I need to knock on other doors.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Maybe it doesn't want me to have this anymore. That's so sad. Okay. Alright. Well, Mr. Narrator, you win this time. I'll be back. I hate Mondays. Yeah. Oh, door 430?
Oh, please.
Oh.
Are you really
I
just
suppose
doing
he
this
has
for
his
the
birthday
achievement?
then.
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks.
It's
I
been
suppose you
many
would
more
click the
than
door
5
20
clicks.
I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Please, Mr. Narrator.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
Who knows? My mouse might die.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
I'm gonna fight you.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Let's see.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so. Now, back to door number 437.
Well, at least he's having fun with this.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
What was the coffee machine? I do remember seeing one. I guess maybe I haven't gotten to it yet. But I'm pretty sure if I exit, it's just gonna shut me out. Hello, Hananashi. Welcome to us working on a weekend. It was right there. Did I pass it? Oh, right, this thing.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really
Yes,
feeling
I
it
did
now. I
indeed.
think we're getting
Just pass it.
somewhere. Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
Oh no.
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416. We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
He is very enthusiastic about this now. Wait, where was the coffee machine?
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430! Yes!
Alright, there
did
we
it!
go.
Oh, wow. That felt amazing.
We got it.
Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nah, we're still not giving you that.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous
It is actually
room.
quite a nice room.
Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
Yes, so I actually did get an achievement from that. It's
Yes.
I think it was just called,
really worth it being here in the
430.
room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really
I will
worth
have
it.
to comment that having these steps here is a fall risk. Not very accessible to
At
the
this
safety
point,
of
Stanley's
our
obsession
employees.
with this room bordered on
I believe
creepy
that this
and
should be
reflected
remedied.
poorly on his overall personality. It's
I'm
possible
going to
that this
follow
is
the
why,
thing.
but at last he'd had enough of the amazing room
Oh,
and took the
here was
first
the
open
coffee
door on his
machine I was
left
thinking
to get
of.
back to business.
Bye.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Hey, they gotta keep paying me. The danger. Vent access for trained employees only. Climb at your own risk. Alright.
Look,
This
Stanley,
time,
I
we
think perhaps
will
we've
not
gotten off
jump
on the
and
wrong
fall for
foot
that.
here. I'm not your
Yet.
enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision
not
by
sus.
yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
And who is this her? My wife Red Hood? I think I might have been able to land on the walking path. Maybe I'll try that again. Gosh, hi Nachi, can I hire you as the narrator instead? This narrator is not very nice to me.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out. Oh, no, you can't. Did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
So hi, Samurai Blue.
It's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another.
gosh.
Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
No, I'm not. I'm
I
a
can't
virtual
believe I was so
YouTuber.
mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack." Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Incredible.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to
I'm
revisit
actually
a choice
a
you made
superpower.
just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
There is danger everywhere. Yeah, in that respect, I don't think anyone's real. I'm certainly not real.
Now that we know
no.
your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine
me
the main
go.
character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the
Rats.
narrative
They
contradiction
caught me.
gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Curse you. Curse you, bootleg narrator. You want me to climb the boxes? Perhaps another day.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Bye.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Yes, this is the Ultra Deluxe version. I picked the option of never playing this game before, even though I have, just in case, you know, there's someone who wants to check out the whole thing. I'm not sure if there's anything we can trigger down this path anymore. So, okay. I guess we will listen to the narrator for once.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know.
Get on the table here.
What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to.
Let me go.
I have to.
Let me get on the desk. Damn it.
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Jumping. I've not been able to get that yet. Maybe it's a little bit later.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I love these slides. You know? I'm not sure if people here are still use Tumblr or not. But first time I played through the game, I posted some screen caps on Tumblr, and to this day, that's still like my most popular post on my entire Tumblr account. What do people want? Things. Money. More money. Things, but with money to buy more things? Graphs? Graphs about things and money? We have a new product. Oh, hello Yuka! Thank you for the sub. Good morning Yuka. I hope it's not too early for you. Also, happy feelings. Violet James, you are fired. The stock market is here somewhere. Colored in segment. Stripes. Requires more secondary research. What is hot? Target demographics. Teenagers. Some of the things written in this game are very ridiculous. At 3:40 a.m. Maybe you should sleep. To do, synergize core values, expenditures, shift global market parade, monetize free to play. Oh no. Room closet.
coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I get down there. I wish I could jump. Oh, I just got the achievement. I can't jump. Alright, achievement unlocked. Oh my gosh, Erica, you too. Yes, please go to sleep if it's late for you. Yeah, thank you very much for stopping by and thank you for the raid. If you're still here when you hear this message, do you happen to know how I get to the new content? Is it maybe just something I eventually come upon? It very well could be with this game.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Yeah, I do remember the 888 achievement. Do I physically type it in?
Stanley spoke the code. Nightshark 115. He spoke it into the receiver,
Erica.
right
Thank
there
you.
on the wall. I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver.
Anyway,
Otherwise,
I
we
do hope
can't
that
get
you
on
have
with
a
the
good
story.
night,
This is a
and,
crucial
get plenty
step.
of rest. I hope you don't have too much going on tomorrow, so we can sleep in a little bit.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You... When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh yes, Lenny.
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something.
Stanley has had enough of this.
This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do.
Feel
Take
bad
as
for
much
him.
time as you need.
He is our greatest enemy.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
No, you will never get me to sympathize with this narrator. Oh, did I? What? Hang on. No, it's still there. It's under the label Dab on Me. There you go. Alright, here we are.
When
once
Stanley
again.
came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art.
You're still gonna throw
What was
so
it
many
about
things
this
at
room
me.
that called so deeply? But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Alright,
Stanley
alright.
was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
We're gonna see if we can make it.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. What?
Nice.
Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Danger
Are you
everywhere.
that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Silence narrator. Warning, do not stand on this side of the fence. No buckets past this point. Cargo Operations Manual.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through... All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not
Yes.
think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing
Monster
so
girls.
far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Oh, I see
Okay,
how it
I'm
is.
going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
This place is very orange. Let's see, I am going to say... Ah! A neutral 3.
Oh, of course. A 3. Really? Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, you know? Any level of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings? Does that sound good? Think we can do that? Yes? Wonderful. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
All right. A leaderboard. Oh my gosh. Featureless indeed. Friendless empty. A dead rabbit. Oh my gosh. Alright. We're gonna see what this has lies in store for us.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley.
You know,
and it
my
seems there's
least
even
favorite
more.
abnormality
Come,
was the
let's
name
venture
of
outward
Phoebus.
and see what else is out there.
Lord talks. I don't know. I think it is supposed to be a reference to something, but I have not played that game. It looks familiar, so Firewatch. Yeah, maybe that is it. Let me jump. Let me jump!
Oh, no. No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
What? No!
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close
My
call.
freedom.
You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Oh my god.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed. Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Yeah, I love sports ball. It's my favorite.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball. Yes! Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls!
That sure is a lot of balls. I'm sure someone would
Are you
appreciate
enjoying
this.
this, Stanley? Are you having fun? Is this a real video game? Well, I
No, I
sure
think
hope
I
you're having a
need
good
more
time,
time.
because guess what? It's over. That's right. Your little fun comes to an end. This is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides,
Where's the
you
murder?
need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I'm structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving. See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best. Take care, Stanley.
Okay, are we free? Do we have anarchy? Let's riot. We break the bounds of this game. If only I could jump! I'm pretty sure jumping is a thing in Rocket League. Ah! Yes, riot. But not with my body pillows. Trying to slam a spiel... Shibli. The heck is a shibli? The club.
Hold on. What are you doing?
Yes, finally, these sweet places back.
Stanley, don't
Damn
do that.
it.
I can't follow you there. I can't help you.
How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Are we finally in a horror game? Where's the monsters? It is rather dark, so I'm probably gonna get lost simply because I can't see. I am in fact already lost. The monsters for us the whole day? Boring. I want some monsters with at least some horns. The narrator is the monster. I can't remember if I actually got Phasmophobia. I think I did. Okay, I think I'm actually lost. Wait, light. At least let me see where I'm going. Oh hey, it's our office. It looks like some video editing, audio editing. We must be very talented. Really? Well, I know that I have some friends who are also very scared to play that game. It looks fun.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it, down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Well, you know what? So can we. And we're back.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You know what I'm gonna do.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly.
Okay, let's see what
Stanley
actually
walked
happens in the
through
red
the
door.
red. Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me.
Ah.
Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing
It's okay,
right now.
I went through the front door
Don't you
this
see
time.
that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
What story, bro? Only take your medication as prescribed, kids. There are technically 2 doors. I think I would choose this one.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
Can't see anything.
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in
This
this
is actually
moment
a very
with
nice
this
place.
place.
However,
I feel... No, wait. Where are you
no
going?
happiness. This is
Oh, no.
capitalism.
Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
I have thought about it.
No! Oh,
Damn
thank
it.
God, you lived. You had me worried. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for my God? Is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
I just want the new content narrator.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
I torment the narrator.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back. Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, why don't we actually go this way this time?
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Goodbye, world.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh no, No, it's to the right. My mistake.
I see.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way. No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to,
Ooh, someone got fired.
It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable.
There's another
How
one
about,
fired.
rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Alright, we are off to find a story. That means it's time to get lost. Oh boy. Inner guilt.
I'll say
Everyone
it.
knows what
This
you
is
did.
the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not? All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yep, I
Okay,
definitely
yeah,
missed the
it's
memo.
worse. I might
somewhere.
be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything? Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Damn, narrator. I can't believe you got us lost this time.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Is there a
Do you
robot
remember,
here?
Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair
We
and
are
square,
win.
and this was not one of those
Also,
situations.
yes, that was actually the
I'm
first
getting
achievement I
weirded out
got.
by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart. All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Alright. We are not gonna get lost this time. What
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
The narrator has really broken.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Hello, Kitty.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Good fern. I hope your cat is doing well.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Perhaps the real story was our office all along. AA's potted plant relative? Is that like A's attorney or something? That's the only AA that I know, I think.
Oh, no,
here we go.
Not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Well, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart. You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Now we're talking.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story.
Wait, hold on.
What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use
I just
your
made
imagination.
the connection of who
Whatever
you
it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
If you want, I can still continue to call you, Ari or Aria here. Also, hello, Harmony. Don't worry about it. We were just here tormenting the narrator and not doing anything that he wants us to do. Yes. Okay, yes. I am thinking of the right person. Hi, hello.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
I love how every time the line is referred to, it gets a T in.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
It's
How
always the two
important we
doors,
mustn't
isn't it?
squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits. Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
After a long time, Stanley dies.
That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget?
Thank you for the follow.
Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes
Antonio?
blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be.
The narrator
I don't
is
want the
having
game to
quite
keep
a time.
restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer
Thank you for the hydration.
stopped. Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
But can we break the cycle of death and rebirth?
So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you... All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Here we are, yet
When
again.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Are you guys really starting to feel bad for him? Should I just go along with what he wants to do? Oh, I am a alien, and this is my android body. So, you will be right either way. We have gone right every single time. So, should we throw him a bone and go left for once? It's okay. We'll go right the next time.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a
Ooh.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe He thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
No, there's nothing normal about me.
Okay.
Alright, here we go again.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like.
That was
and
quite
in that
scary.
moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body.
F in chat.
And then she turned.
Can we get an F in chat?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm not sure how many endings I have to get. Oh, new content! There we go! Nice.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
We're here. We finally made it. Alright, narrator. Let's see what we have.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Has it been that long?
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Alright, we're here for the content.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
I can jump. But only in this circle. Incredible. Alright. Great content, thank you.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
I'm gonna miss those jumps.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
Mr. Narrator is going
It's
to
my
cancel
fault,
them on
Stanley.
Twitter.
I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Alright. Looking good.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
It's so tempting to ignore him and move the other way, but there's a vent. Coffee nut.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
In loving memory. The original remake. Yeah, those sure were good times. I can't believe this game is actually that old. The greatest wealth is memory. I like that quote actually. Smile because it happened. I tripped down memory lane. A $1 bill. Oh, the go outside achievement. Oh, I'm getting this in a week. Unachievable. I still haven't gotten this one. Yeah, I think that these are the real achievements because I'm still waiting for this one. Nominee. Game innovation. For story. Creator surprisingly down to earth. The colleges show uneven effort to enroll poor. Oh my. Wow. Feels tough choices, eh? Oh, and there was our last ending. I wonder if that changes depending on which ending you trigger since, or like before you get this new content route. Interesting.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley
Yeah, can
Parable
someone look this
strives
up?
and
Is
then
this a
succeeds
real
to be
article?
every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Seriously, is this a real... Yeah. I do know that they're a real person, but I'm just curious, is this like an actual... I don't know. That is very cool though. Let's begin again. Ah, the infamous 2 doors. It is a real review? That's amazing. Person of the year. Ah! Oh my gosh. Welcome back. We are taking a walk through memory lane. Memory zone maintenance. But yeah, I can't believe it's been so long since the original Stanley Parable game. Apparently there was a collector's edition.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com.
Wait,
The
where?
Stanley
Oh.
Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
I'm assuming that this is also a real review. From Caroline Petit. Repeatable carpet textures. Wonder what's in there. The serious room. Ooh.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again.
Here
Wait.
we go.
Hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Cold drinks here too.
Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Yeah, I need to look that up. Is that a real review too? Also, here in the States at least, that's kind of average for a drink, I think. I don't know, it's been a while since I've bought anything from a vending machine though. You know what? Curiosity. Yeah, apparently it's pretty common to be like, to have a price of 150 here. Oh. Oh, wait, what? Really? I mean, hey, I mean, everyone's tastes are different. I personally enjoy Bastion, but that's kind of a fantastic way of reviewing, though. There's so many Steam reviews. I'm assuming the red ones are supposed to be negative and green are supposed to be positive.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. To be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Five pages of backstory, then the recipe.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button?
Cookie 9,
Well, yes.
wow.
Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45... Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak
We must
with.
torment him.
And you'd think that that's... Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time.
Is this the end
I
of the
stopped
game?
keeping
I
track
have no
after
idea.
a year. Have you ever sat down
this
in
is
one
my
place
first
and
time
not
playing
moved for one
the,
entire year?
Ultra
Let me
Deluxe
describe
version.
it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of...
Hello? Anyone there? Am I all alone? Need a bigger gun.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point.
He's
It was meant
back.
to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had...
Oh, he said leaving.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
This is why I feel like whenever I'm listening to Sound Horizon. Oh, hi, welcome back from martial arts class. Oh, the poor plant. Oh, the ladder's down too. New life. And they're gone again. What happened? You know me so well. Oh no, Button. Button, stay with me. Can we press it anymore? No, not the button! At least let me take it with me. I can't climb it. What? Wait, no, I want to explore more.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
Wait. New content? Ooh.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Wait. Can we sneak by here? Ah! Ah! No, I want to go over there. Fine. What is it this time?
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this Ultra Deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this Ultra Deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh my god. The Stanley Parable.
Yes, you see, isn't this far
2.
superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so
A
many
new vending
different
machine.
directions.
Oh my
This
gosh.
is what fans have truly been asking for.
Yes, this is what I've been asking for. A whole new vending machine. That's so big.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams
Yes, it's
progress
very-
and innovation and long-term franchising
It's very
potential.
modern looking. The 2 doors. We can show my share. The color red. The fern is back. Two Stanleys? Less like an office building and more like a building your old college. Well, your college
Now, to
must
be
have been
clear,
very
I
stylish.
haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Two. Sequels are good. Aladdin 2 Return of Jafar. Yes. I'm so curious. Chronicle second, you're right. Man, when are we gonna get Chronicle third? I know Jess has been wanting that for like a century now. American is technically Ito too. ID.A 2? I'm technically ID.A 2.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Merch? I wonder if that QR code is real. Let me try that out. Oh my gosh, it goes to StanleyParable2.com. Welcome to the official website of the Stanley Parable 2. That's amazing. Oh. Network error, uh-oh. Well, see, ID.A 1 is my alien form, ID.A 2 is this form, you know? This came second, after all. Also, yeah, if you scan that QR code, it takes you to the StanleyParable2.com. Goodbye. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. I love this. This t-shirt is the best new feature. Hear your name in the game. Cold drinks and taste the sequel. Please, no screenshots. Red is the new orange. What if I take a screenshot? Huh. I did just take a screenshot, but it doesn't seem like that triggers anything. But baby, it's all grown up! Oh my god. Updated ray tracing. More of the same, but in a good way. Sequel to... on equality with just the right amount of change. Jump circle? There's still a jump circle?
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
Wow, happy 12th birthday! Yay! I see.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
Do I want the achievements? Wait. Jump circle? But I don't have any jumps remaining.
You know what? let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
But the jumps... Damn it. Settings World Champion. Reassurance Bucket. Epilogue. Collectibles. Infinite Hole. Exit. Ooh, what's in collectibles?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
God. Astounding.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
It just works.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
I have never ever felt more let down than I am right now. This is why we don't respect the narrator. No!
What
My
else?
body
What other
pillows.
exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Ah! Oh my gosh, not you too! Another one. 2 of them.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Okay, I guess we will now obtain a bucket.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
That was absolutely evil.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
I would say sloshers in Splatoon are very enjoyable. Now then, should we go to the button that says the name of the player?
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say
That
your
is my
name,
real
whatever
name.
that
Whoa.
is. Here, let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this
Oh,
feature.
so welcome back,
Just play
Clark.
along. I promise you'll love it.
I hope you're eating
Okay,
well.
here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I
Yes,
want you to
I am
imagine
the
yourself
Jim.
living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply?
Jim.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim.
Jim.
All right, fine, whatever. It's just a meaningless button that says Jim. Are you happy now? Get out of here. I'm done with this button. Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on?
Jim.
See, if you'd only played along, that would have been your name the button says, but no. Instead, I can't even think about it. I'm taking the Jim button away.
No, not the Jim button. Oh. Or 1 hour for the Jim button. Does it
Maybe
have to
I'll
be
only
an
let people named
earthly
Jim play
name?
the Stanley Parable 2. They would appreciate what I've created here.
You heard Jim in the game. The button that says Jim.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Am I missing anything else? Still have the reassurance bucket. Let me see, where's the map? Okay. So we got into the jump circle, we got to this map. We got the free achievement that doesn't work. We went to see the merch. The settings world champion, that's right. Oh, and we haven't gone to the infinity hole, I don't think. Where is the settings champion? I want to be a settings champion. Distant future. I wonder how long distant future is if near future is at least 8 years. I just keeps going.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right.
I'm going.
Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video. You see? Isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
How? In what way?
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
I never tried to dig to the center of the earth, but I did try to dig many holes to like trap squirrels in. It never worked, of course.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Jump in again? Alright, let's go.
Oh, for heaven... You see? I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough?
Well, we know what we must do.
I really do have so much more to show you. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose
This is
there
my
is
new
one
home
thing I can do
now.
to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
I wish it were deeper. How do I get rid of this bucket though? I don't want this bucket here anymore. I don't need the reassurance. You know what, this is all the bucket's fault, I'm sure. Jim in the hole. Oh my. Goodbye, everyone. Nature is healing. Whoa. This is Stanley, and we're Jim. Oh my gosh.
My head's stronger. Now you're no longer using up this space of mine. My head's stronger. Now you're no longer
Stanley?
using up
Stanley?
this space of mine.
Stanley!
No,
You're awake.
no.
It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the
We
hole?
are the number 2.
From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
Must go back. Take us down. No! Ah!
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Can I get rid of the reassurance bucket? The mostly infinite hole finally. It ended. I like this feature. It's a good feature. Oh. They won't let us back! Aww. I wanted to go into the hole again. It was made for me. What? No! The door! The door's shut! Let me in! Can't believe this. What a ripoff. Should we head for the exit? I think that's everything.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
If only I could jump from here.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Hello, Spidey. What timing?
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement.
Let me go down.
Yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Let me go down.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all.
There are
it's a
two
lot of
holes
gags.
now.
And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to
Everyone's
anything.
just doubting on me.
I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original.
Why is
Wait,
this happening?
maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game.
The Stanley
Would it possibly
Parable,
work? I
no.
suppose it could, but it would need a really
Spidey, this
tremendous
is why you're
title screen.
banned.
A title screen that says
just
with
got
bold
here, but
and
you're banned already.
uncompromising conviction, this is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Ooh. Yeah, we begin the game.
This
Yeah,
is
that
the story
true.
of a man named Stanley.
Oh,
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
all these balloons.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Are we really happy though?
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Alright, here we go. We're gonna celebrate the
All his co-workers were gone.
12th birthday of our staff niece.
Stanley decided to go
Or
to the
someone's
meeting
staff
room.
niece.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort.
You
A
can get it a
measly
second
5
time.
clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks. No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up. Why was he not doing it? Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437. Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
I'm just curious what would happen if I did this again.
Now, back to door number 437. Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know. All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Really feeling it.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk. Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416. We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
This is the most joy this narrator will ever have.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 4. Yes! We did it! Oh, wow.
I
That's
didn't get
amazing.
another achievement from that.
Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
Well, I don't know. Maybe the rules just don't apply to you. Why is this here?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to
where is
stop by
the
the employee
infinite
lounge
hole?
first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic, like a combination of a much smaller version and a much larger version of this exact room. It all made Stanley uncomfortable, and he started to bleed a little. This made
Bleed?
him smile. At last, proof that he was human.
Oh my gosh. Oh wait, what's going on?
Yes, really, really worth
There
it
you
being
go.
here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Hello? Hello, YouTube Studio, are you okay? Hang on.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality.
What's going
It's
on with
possible
YouTube
that this is
Studio all
why
of a
everyone
sudden?
left.
I think I clicked something while I was
Stanley sat around waiting for more
clicking too
dialogue.
much.
But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send
Okay,
him a
yeah,
message.
Ah. Okay, hurry back. What? No. Okay. Oh no. I think something in this game is starting to interfere with my controls. This has never happened in a game before. Okay, hang on. Stanley Parable was really reaching out into life. And there goes my cat. No, I don't want that. No. Oh. Miss my camera. Hello? I have no idea what happened. Okay, well this is still interactable. No, it's not just my mouth that's frozen. It's not picking my camera anymore. This has certainly never happened before, so I don't know exactly what to do. Yeah, I got turned into a PNG tuber. The power of Stanley. I suppose I could just turn my model off for the meantime. This is so odd. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna try it. was not. No, still not picking it up. So I have no idea what happened. Give me a second. Okay, no, my camera is still functional. Hmm. So I'm not sure what may have made this happen. What? What? Well, this is a little bit awkward. Does the throwing system still work? Okay, the throwing system still works at least. So if you guys want, I could just fix this later.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you
I'm not
all
sure.
this time.
I have no
There's
idea how
someone you've been
long
neglecting, Stanley.
or how much
Someone
more
you've
content
forgotten.
this game has.
Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on
a
your side.
collectible.
Give me a... You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked... All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Hello, Jinx Powder? Freedom? Nah. We're gonna say
A
one.
one? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself
wanted to
mechanically
see
and
the
artistically,
infinite
but a
hole.
one? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look. Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
I won the
Hey, I
Infinity
nearly forgot. I've
Hole.
got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left
The baby
towards
again.
danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Thank you for the follow.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's
Maybe
the
a little
latter,
bit
well, I
of
don't know
both.
what to do. I'm completely
Also,
out
yeah,
of ideas. I can't think of a
don't
single
know
thing that might improve
what
the experience
happened,
for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's
Just
over.
a moment ago,
Thank you for
this
playing.
game
Your input
somehow
was
glitched
extremely
out
valuable.
my VTube model,
Oh, hey,
so
since
now
my
it's
game was
no
so
longer
awful,
functioning.
why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Oh, we're here again.
Ah, fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation?
Well, I don't
But it
see
seems
any
obvious to me that you are meant to play as a
balloons.
creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose.
Does this
Yes, that must be it.
fulfill
What a fascinating venture
your
into the experience of total mental
expectations?
depravity. So far, I love
Dabbing on
everything
an
about this game,
innocent
Stan.
YouTuber.
And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Oh gosh. You do realize my model is not going to move with it anymore. Okay. So we know the walls are coming, but
No, it can't be.
let's make a run for it.
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
No! No!
Goodness, Stanley, what a close
I'm
call.
so close.
You nearly wandered off into that thing, that big open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls.
The moral of
Something
my
with
movie, we
nice,
throw more
big,
stuff.
insurmountable
Stabs.
walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Let me out. Okay, we're here in the ball
Wonderful.
zone.
See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
We know what we must do.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Goodbye, world.
Hold on. What are you doing?
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you.
How will you
No.
write a story without
No
me? You
sports
can't
ball.
do it. You knew that. Stanley.
No sports ball. Oh, also thank you for stopping by, Harmony. What team am I on? Team Hull. Team Infinity Hull. And now it's time for darkness once more. I wonder if we should have picked up the bucket.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it, down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it.
The darkness.
He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am.
I'm not any sort
That is
of
what I mean
overlord.
to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be
I'm
back.
simply
There's no other
an
way.
alien.
Once this ends, after it all
alien things.
comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I
Like
can
sipping
wait.
vinegar. And we're back. Okay.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Figure Finders Committee. He's just trying to bait me into the meeting room. Have we answered the phone? Yes? No. We got to the phone once and then never again. But since we have been going for a bit, why don't I actually try following the script for once, and then when we get to the next ending I can just call a stream. Cause I should probably get to making dinner soon too.
Maybe Stanley would never pick up the bucket. A lonely bucket, lonely and miserable.
Fine,
And Stanley-less.
fine.
Such
I'll
a
get the freaking
sad
bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I can't remember how to get to the phone either. Aliens don't eat, perhaps. However, I would like some more vinegar. Oh my gosh. Trust the completionist instinct. Maybe we are the collectibles. Shut the frick up. There will be a reward for finding them all. Oh my. I see. Bottom text. I must say, I was very intrigued by that.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. A Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about...
I
mini
did think
Stanleys?
about it.
Stanley figs. What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the boss has suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Incredible. What? Oh, not you too, Lion Cat. Where are we going? I don't know. You're out of points. Also, wait, what were they? Oh, well, I suppose there is, you know, the throwing system. That's what we have as YouTubers. Going. And we're back. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him, always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
I don't know.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Maybe the bucket really is interfering with things.
2845.
Yeah, it's not doing the thing. Oh, that's disappointing.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Right,
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Well, what if I just... Will this take me to the infinity hole?
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Oh hell yeah, let's go!
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Aliens!
At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Let's go! Infinity hole!
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, bucket.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death. It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true
They're
that
really
all
going
buckets
on
are
with this
radiant in their
bucket
own
thing.
way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You're standing at the precipice of knowledge. Much like a bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within. A cavernous void. But through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and substantial. As substantiated, knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we really have. Oh my god. Will you take what you learn here out with you into the world? Will you accept with an open mind what may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were, in ignorance and darkness, without the bucket? Good lord.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
A photograph of 25 buckets, although I'm fairly certain that it's more than 25 buckets. The greatest number of buckets ever captured on camera. The photographer experienced catatonic shock for several weeks as a result of this euphoria from exposure to this many buckets at once. A bucket with two handles. This bucket is depicted as having two handles. Such a design has never been created in real life, having deemed too dangerous and recklessly experimental. Every year, dozens are put to death just for attempting it. Inferno bucket. A replica of the Inferno bucket, which in the medieval era was so powerfully alluring that it drove dozens of nations to war with one another for control of it. Billions died, and yet, in spite of it all, the simple fact remains: no one can control a bucket. They really committed to this. The stress bucket, presented without commentary. Without commentary. Can't pick it up. It does not seem like I can. How unfortunate that I will never have the Inferno bucket. Cave drawing. While we know that buckets predate the existence of mankind, we do not know by how long. This cave drawing depicts early man's discovery of the practical uses of the bucket, by which time the bucket had already likely been around for several millennia. Notice in these drawings how the bucket is allowing itself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasures.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
The hanging bucket. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance, inevitably, is for our own good. Ah! Well, you know what we must do.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
I really did get baited.
Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision of the...
Hello, Yan. Wow, we're really...
When Stanley came to a set of
into
two
this.
open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I see. Well, this time...
This was not
no.
the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah, so some moments ago, I don't know exactly what happened. My model just kind of stopped working because my webcam just disconnected from VTube Studio. And I don't know how to fix it. And yeah, I played the original Stanley Parable. I'm actually getting my 5 years of no play next week. So yeah, it's definitely been a while.
And here it was, the lounge.
Hello,
But eager to get
Audrey.
back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh my gosh. Apologies for the distraction part.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has
I'm probably
been
gonna
about
go
nothing
after
but
this
you
one,
all
'cause I
this
wanna,
time. There's
try
someone you've
answering
been
the phone.
neglecting, Stanley. Someone
Oh
who...
gosh.
Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have
Goodbye,
zero
Clark.
consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully,
Maybe I
this
have
is
to go
important.
through the red door.
Stanley walked through the
I
red
can't
door.
exactly remember, but let's see.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really
Okay, yeah,
have
it
wanted
was
you to
red.
be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped.
Oh, whoops.
And I think, well, I think
That's
I have a
okay.
solution. Here, let me show you.
I guess we will just get an ending.
What do we want? What are
Also,
we
yeah,
looking for?
this is actually the Ultra Deluxe version, and the new content is still very funny.
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just... No, wait. Where are you going? Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all
Let's
of
do
this.
it. Let's go.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Oh, you've already
Please,
played
Stanley,
this as
think
well.
about what you... No! Oh. No. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that? My God. Is this really how
Surely
much
that
you
cannot
dislike
be a
my game?
surprise.
That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly? Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to
Making
make a
like
choice
speedrun.
after all.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this one is yours.
I mean, my wife is the Red Hooded Mercenary.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Alright. We are
All
back.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Well, her full name is Little Red Riding Hooded Mercenary. But that is quite a mouthful. Alright. So this was one heck of a ride. I'm gonna have to look into how to get some of the other achievements. But in the meantime, I can finally get started on the achievement for not playing this game for 10 years. Woo! All the way in 2032. That title would not be incorrect. The sequel is now paused. Let's quit your menu. I do like how it keeps the Stanley Parable 2 screen. Also, yeah, sorry again. I've actually been going for quite a while today, so let me see. Anything new in the settings? Oh, there's actually content warnings. Actually. Oh! That's actually a really good thing. I'm glad that they added that. Well... Oh, hang on. Let me go over here instead. Before I officially in-stream, I do still want to see if I can figure out what's been going on with VTube Studio. So you know what, let me just try restarting Steam altogether. Anyway, well, that was quite a ride that we just had. Yeah, I love this game. I love the original game as well, of course. It was definitely a lot. Oh no, Hazard too. Yeah, good night, Maman. Thank you so much for stopping by. Also, hi, Haxra. I am kind of ending stream, but thank you for stopping by. Yeah, let me just... Okay, now my model is working again. I have no idea what happened. But, yay, I'm glad that I was able to fix it. It seems like there was something about Stanley Parable that did not mesh well with my VTube Studio settings for a hot second there. Yeah, let me see if the throwing thing still works then. Oh, wait. Shoot. How do I do this again? Okay. that should be it. No. Okay. I might have to fix that. It might have messed up my calibrations with the throwing system. Hey, oh, also I just saw the hydrate from Haxra. Thank you. Okay. Well, again, thank you all for coming. I may or may not have an additional stream tomorrow. I might work on some art and stuff because I really need to get some projects done. Yeah, I don't exactly have a time yet. My accordion lesson's also tomorrow, so it might be late in the evening time. Not sure about that. But I guess I'll tweet about it or something. And Streamcore will update Discord as well. Also, my Discord link is definitely not advertised, but it is there if you try to dig for it. That's all I will say. Anyway, let me see. Oh, Vesper! It's Vesper's birthday today. So why don't we go visit? Even if you guys don't have time to stay or whatnot, say happy birthday to our raid boss. He's playing Elden Ring right now. I have no idea how far he is. But let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I think he's still going. I think he's fighting a boss or something. Everything is a boss in that game, isn't it? I don't know. Anyway, thank you all for being here. I'll see you maybe tomorrow. Shrug emoji. I don't know. I don't have a plan yet. Alright. Bye.